Former Fed Chair Ben Bernanke and economist Olivier Blanchard just dropped a new academic paper. So let's get our thinking caps on and dive right in, shall we? In the world of economics, we always need to look twice. The devil's in the details, and the angels are in the footnotes. Bernanke and Blanchard are basically arguing that the Fed's job isn't over when it comes to tackling inflation. We've got ourselves a runaway freight train of inflation, and these two are suggesting the Fed needs to pump the brakes on our thriving labor market to slow it down. It's kind of like turning down the thermostat because your house is too hot, but instead of risking a chill, you're trying to avoid your bank account spontaneously combusting. They're not saying we need to put the job market into a full Nelson and raise unemployment rates sky high, but they do suggest that the Fed could play a bit of economic jazz to smooth things over without completely deep-sixing the U.S. economy. Our economist tag team noticed a change in inflation's tune since it hit a 40-year high last summer. Initially, stimulus-fueled consumers were swapping services for goods like kids trading Pokemon cards, causing supply chain pileups and a spike in inflation. But now, wages are trying to play catch-up with surging prices like a tortoise racing a hare on steroids. The silver lining? They believe this kind of shock is generally manageable. So it's like a scary movie that you can actually handle because you know the ghost is just the wind. Looking back and forward like a financial Janus, their paper delves into what fueled the inflation surge and what's coming up next. Most economists agree that government spending combined with zero interest rates and colossal bond purchases from the Fed poured money into the economy like a frat boy at an open bar, causing prices to skyrocket. And if you think this is a bit like blaming the bartender for your hangover, you're not alone. Jason Furman, former chair of the Council of Economic Advisors, took a shot at monetary policy, pointing out that while fiscal policy might have been a bigger culprit, the Fed had higher expectations to live up to. As inflation hit the roof, surpassing the Fed's 2% target, policymakers kept insisting it was transitory, kind of like my New Year's resolution to give up coffee ambitious but ill-fated. The Fed finally started raising interest rates in March 2022, a whole year after inflation started dancing over their target. Since then, the Fed has hiked the interest rate 10 times, adding up to 5 percentage points and pushing the Fed funds rate to its highest level in 16 years. For those of you who remember what CDs were, and I'm not talking about music, this is like when your favorite band keeps releasing new albums but the quality keeps dropping. Only in this case, the price of everything keeps rising. While we're here, don't forget former Fed Vice Chair Richard Clarita's 2 cents. He thinks the delay in tightening policy was an error of tactics and not strategy. Kind of like sending your queen after a pawn in a game of chess. Not a game-breaking move, but it might leave you vulnerable. In essence, Bernanke and Blanchard are throwing up a caution sign, warning about the dangers of letting inflation run wild like a bull in a china shop. If left unchecked, people's expectations for prices might get as out of control as a kid in a candy store, leading to more drastic measures needed to bring inflation back under control. As always, remember, an economist is someone who will know tomorrow why the things he predicted yesterday didn't happen today. Until next time.